CIA-sponsored entity in Latin America. They are all innocent people that have died in them. Innocent women have been raped, either Mexican Revolution, Haitian Revolution, American Revolution, Cuba's Revolution, the Russian Revolution. And it led me to think about how a revolution should be conducted in the present circumstances that we have today. People say that education is revolution. And I'll tell you a little something about my education. My education came when I was sitting in a motherfucking cell. And pardon my language, because I know there's children here. I'm going to try to curb myself, but you know what I mean? Not like you don't hear it at home anyway. The reality of the situation is I was living in a 6x8 cell. And when I went and got locked up, at first I was like, damn, man, I lost my freedom. You know what I mean? I can't do nothing no more. There's no women here. There's no sunlight here. There's no people dictate me, tell me when I can go to the bathroom, when I can leave, when I can come, what area I have to be. It was basically slavery. And then my co-defendants turned to fucking canaries, started singing, and that wasn't me. I couldn't do that because I had to come back to the hood with my head held up high. I walked out of prison in a man in every single motherfucking sense. Respectfully, as a person, physically, spiritually. So I took my time in the hole. I took an extra few months not seeing my family. I lost every fucking thing I had. That's what happens when you go through slavery. You lose everything you have. And I didn't even have a fraction of what some brothers in the street have been going through. I didn't have no 15 years, no 20 years off some trumped up charges like people in the hood. People don't grow up and just expect to be a political prisoner. Mumia Abu Jamal didn't walk out of his house, say, hey, let me start a movement, get arrested, and spend my life in prison. No. Anybody here, when you leave right now, you could be on a flyer 10 years from now. Somebody saying, yo, Carlos, let's not forget about him, because he was going home and some cops stopped him routinely and he had an attitude and they shot the shit out of him and one of them got shot in the process and now Carlos doing life without parole. That is the situation we face. Thinking how a revolution is conceivable in this day and age, and we think about our education as a person. And my education came that way. I thought, damn, you know, I used to be free. Now I thought I was even free when I was out there. And then I was locked up even more. Then they only let me out once a week so I could go see the chaplain. An interesting character. Preaching to me about the love of Jesus Christ and telling me that all other religions would lead me to hell. That how could a man worship a Buddha or a man with no face, or it's all idolatry. And then I would have arguments to say, well, what about the saints? Aren't they idolatry too? Don't you pray to someone who's not God? You're praying to Saint Mark or Saint Peter or Saint Gabriel or Saint Lazarus. That's not God. That's a man you're praying to. He didn't really take it that well, you know what I mean? We talk about the Constantine changing the Sabbath from Saturday because the original Christians were Jews. Jesus Christ was a Jew, was a Hebrew. Why did he change the Sabbath? Why did we insert paganism into Christianity? So, you know, I got kicked the fuck out of church and jail, and then they wouldn't let me out ever. It was like, you there all day, goodbye. You can come out and walk around for 5 minutes and then get the fuck back in there. So then I thought, damn, I'm even more of a slave now. Then they left me off restriction after about maybe a couple of weeks of just sitting in there in a miserable situation, which I have to thank those horrible people for, because that's where I wrote a lot of Volume 1. You know what I mean? I got a Native American brother named Judge. He was a trustee. Been in prison for 23 years out of his 30-something life, you know what I mean? You know, since he was a child in prison. And he brought me some paper, and I said, man, I need this, man, I need this. He said to me, write your heart, write your soul. I said, man, that's what I gotta do, man. That's what I gotta do. So I got out the hole, and then I thought, damn, now I'm off restriction, now I'm free. Yeah, we back in General Pop, holla, nigga. Everybody was like, all right, cool. So then I got out of prison, I'm on parole, I'm thinking now I'm free, I'm out the bars, I'm out the gate, I'm walking around the street, I can talk to beautiful ladies, I can eat whatever I want, I can take a shit whenever the fuck I want, I ain't gotta just get up and wait on line or some ridiculousness. But then I realized, damn, you're not really even free. Because before, when you got out of the hole and you thought you was free, you was still in prison. When you got in prison, you thought you was free, you still on parole, you still had to piss in the cup, you still had to be tagged and thrown back into the wild like a fucking shark on a Discovery Channel and shit. I started thinking, what the hell defines freedom? And how do people achieve that? So, I began thinking about ways we as a people could achieve freedom, and I thought, well, education is freedom, education is revolution. If we educated ourselves about our history, we could achieve freedom. But the reality of the situation is that if all of us lust for that education, only a few of us are going to be able to attain that. And I'm not saying that because I doubt individuals, because I think that, man, y'all some curious motherfuckers. Why don't you do that over the White House? Do that over the CIA building. Son of a bitch. Yeah, I'll smile for the camera. So, I began to really examine that, and I thought, well, that was attempted before. It was attempted many times, and what it did was essentially create a class situation. Hey, bro, I must be 11 o'clock news. Y'all heard about the press conference. You saved you a spot. You could have just come down here. So I thought about a specific method, and that didn't necessarily work because it can't just be education alone. I thought, what about violent revolution? Isn't that the way everyone got their freedom? Didn't white Americans say, hey, we are being oppressed because we're not given representation along with our taxation? They rebelled violently. Everybody that's ever been attacked rebelled violently. And I said, one way or the other does not work. There needs to be a multi-dimensional attack. It cannot just be people from the hood that are mad in life. Because we all know what happens with just people from the hood riot. We just riot in the hood. We just destroy the stuff in the hood. I would have loved to see the LA riot go down to Hollywood, go down to Beverly Hills. You know what I mean? Kick the Fresh Prince's door in and be like, yo, we here, man. We mad about this whole shit. Come on, man. Grab, you know what I mean? Grab the butler and let's go, man. We got some drama right now, son. That didn't really happen, did it? Everybody just burned their own little backyard.
Hey, Tech, let people, just to let you guys know, I was informed that this happens every Sunday. Just so you guys know.